John Dwyer is founder of the Australian Healthcare Reform Alliance. In February, he published an opinion piece arguing that better rural student recruitment is essential to addressing healthcare inequities in rural Australia.
What rural Australians say, and it's easy to understand, is they want doctors looking after them who want to be there, want to look after them, understand rural life, and indeed have been taught those skills appropriate for care in a rural community, which in many areas are different from the skills you need to work in a city. But the global recognition is that overwhelmingly the people who are likely to serve out their careers and enjoy their careers in a rural environment are people with a strong rural background. That at the time that they start medicine studies, they're really emotionally and intellectually tied to country life. And if you train someone in the country with a rural specific curriculum and you give them their chance to do their internships in hospitals in the country, the vast majority stay in the country.
Rural doctors and patients alike would like to see students come to the country as part of their study.
If students know they're going to be in a place for 4 years, they will then integrate. Whereas if they're only going to be here for short bursts of time, the temptation is going to be, oh well, I'm just going to go there. I'll go there. I'll do my stint, and then I'll come back to where I really live.
There is another reason increasing the number of country-trained doctors is important. Rural residents worry that city-trained doctors just won't understand the country way of life.
I think it should be country-trained. City people haven't a clue what's going on up here. I don't care what they say.
If they've got a doctor that they can trust and that they can believe in and they feel comfortable with, then they tend to come in a lot more.
For Dr. Williams, patients like Sister English make him all the more motivated to improve healthcare outcomes for rural people.
And what we really need to try and do is to get into the mindset of all our country people, is that they deserve the same access to all care as the people in the cities.
It is widely acknowledged that at present there just aren't enough doctors to care for everyone in rural Australia.
Because there's access issues and people have to wait to see doctors rurally longer, by the time they do present to see their first line doctor or nurse or whoever, quite often they are more advanced in their disease process, which means you're playing catch up. So it's much harder to practice good preventative medicine, but that is something that we're trying to really bring in here in Molong.
The Royal Australian College of Physicians estimates that a white man born in far western New South Wales can expect to die 11 years before a white man of the same age born in Mossman in Sydney. It is a harsh reminder of the disparity in health services across Australia.
When we're talking about the disparity between city people and country people in terms of healthcare and life expectancy, then obviously some of those statistics are pretty alarming.
Yep.
How does that make you feel as a rural practitioner?
Oh, it just makes me more determined to try and get a better share of what I think we deserve. I mean, I'm a great believer in equity. Just because somebody lives rurally, I don't think they should have a diminished service.
But the question remains, what practical things can be done to make the life of a rural doctor easier?
Ideally, though, in trying to attract more people to work in rural areas, we would have, a system where you're not called unexpectedly, you have more reliable hours if possible, or at least a roster system, which means that you get rid of that sort of burnout for some rural practitioners, which is very real and a big problem.
And I think that ultimately, if we look at rural general practice as city practice plus, we maybe should be looking at remunerating it as city practice plus. I didn't agree with Margaret Thatcher on a lot of things when I was over in Wales, but one thing that she said, which I do agree with, is that you can't buck the market. And if the market says that you can earn a very good living as a city GP, and you can't earn much more working or much longer hours and in more isolation doing harder work in the country, then a lot of your generation wise, not to disparage the whole generation, but a lot of them are going to say, well, do I really need to work as hard as that? So they'll stay in the city. So I think you've got to say to them, well, actually, financially, you can earn a lot more money. So come and do it for 5 years.
No, sorry. Come on in.
It could be corrected with the stroke of a pen. The ideal situation would be that we would have a similar ratio of patients to GPs, whether they practiced and worked in a country location or a city location. I mean, you don't have to stop too many patients or save too many patients the trip to a major metropolitan area for their healthcare to start to actually reap very significant community rewards.
It's one of those things that they're not just a doctor, they're a best friend. I think that's the thing with country doctors, because I actually sit down and really talk to them. And so therefore they feel like that they know them quite well. It's not just going, grab a script, head back out the door again. They've actually spoken about their health and their life and what concerns them, and that's sort of a big difference in the country. And the doctors that we've got here, we're really, really fortunate because they're just so caring.
It would be a very sad, sad state of affairs if Dr. Williams decided to pack up tomorrow.
Servicing a patient base of around 3,000 people, Dr. Williams is just one of the unsung heroes answering the call of rural Australians.
I mean, the reason I went into medicine is because I feel that if you haven't got health, you haven't got anything. So I felt that was the most important job I could possibly do, and I was fortunate enough to get the chance to do that.
It's Monday evening, and Dr. Robin Williams is on his way home from work.
This is the stuff we're talking about. Yeah, I checked it with the
The hours are long, and the waiting lists are longer. But for this country doctor, it's just a normal part of life. And another beautiful day in Molong.